Hey all you cheeky subs, it is time for the 800 sub special. Today I will be listing my top 10 favorite games of all time. Let's not waste any time and get into it, shall we? Number 10. So, I'm starting out my list with Dark Souls 2. You know, the one people call shit. Well, I for one love the game. I hear time and time again that this game just puts a blemish on the Souls series for being different. I believe the game should be commended for that action, since Dark Souls 1 and 3 both share extremely similar mechanics. But what keeps this game at the number 10 spot is because it has the worst PvE environment out of all the games. If Dark Souls 2 had the same level of quality in the main game, I believe it would be the best of the Dark Souls trilogy, but where Dark Souls 2 lacks, it makes up in its PvP. And by golly, its PvP is the best in the entire series. It fixes all the big issues of Dark Souls 1 and build diversity is at an all-time high. Although Dark Souls 2 made some questionable decisions with the inclusion of adaptability and soul memory, messing with the core PvP. Number 9. I'm beating a dead horse, aren't I? Everybody has played the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. And everybody loves it. Nothing EA can do will ever replicate what this game did over 10 years ago. But I'm not here to complain about the new one, but praise the old. This game is fantastic, and if you are willing to bear with the graphics, it is the only Star Wars game you will ever need to play again. The biggest shame about this game is that it is not supported on Xbox One backwards compatibility. Number 8. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the peak of Pokemon games in my opinion. It is simple. I already love Gen 2. But all they did was faithfully remake everything, but stuff it boatloads of new content. Most issues that I felt within the Gen 4 games were either fixed or they tried to improve on what Diamond and Pearl sucked at. Not to mention, you can also sell these games used for a profit, so that is cool too. Number 7. I need to come clean on this one. It will purely be nostalgia speaking here, as GTA Vice City was my first of the series, but it is so good. Something about the 1980s setting really gets me every time. With almost every GTA, they are made during the present, with the exclusion of San Andreas, but this has that 80s vibe riddled throughout the entirety of the game. Plus, Vice City was a first in the series for a speaking protagonist, and Tommy Vercetti is just too much of a badass. Number 6. I don't play first-person shooters, I play Halo. To me Halo is the only shooter out there that I can get into, and Halo 3 is what sucked me in. I got the game back in 2009, and Jesus Christ was I blown away. My first playthrough of the campaign was a magical experience, and to think it is 10 years old. Halo was never the same, yet I still play them all, and have easily the most hours on Halo 5. But it doesn't stop 3 from being a masterpiece to me. Not to mention, it was arguably the first game to start Major League Gaming, and that is impressive in its own right. Number 5. Shadow of the Colossus. Wow. This game has a massive scale, with beasts just as massive to boot. Released just a year prior to the PlayStation 3, this game shows what a PlayStation 2 was capable of. This game houses probably the largest open world during the 6th generation. I recommend this gem to anybody who has a PlayStation 4, since it will be getting a total HD remake the 6th of February. Number 4. What can I say about this game, other than it's good? Well, it brought me into my favorite series of all time if anything. I love Dark Souls. Like, this series has consumed my time. If I am going to play a game, it is going to be a Dark Souls game 90% of the time. But you know what? We can't just stop right there. Number 4 Part 2. Let's keep this simple. I have 14 characters, 1000 hours, every weapon in the game maxed out, every type of build imaginable. I play Dark Souls 3 a lot. Number 3. Hideo Kojima, making magic in the fourth installment of the Metal Gear Solid franchise. To put it lightly, this game is good. I would like to first point out that the amount of hours of cutscenes are enough to make 5 movies. Most games can't say that. With 9 hours of cutscenes, you would think it would take away from the gameplay, but I think it is quite the opposite. I believe that this game perfectly executed the ending to the Metal Gear Solid series, and I truly hope that Konami doesn't try to make any more sequels. It would just hurt. Number 2. Well, this goes to show I am not in the Ocarina of Time Best Zelda boat. I don't even know what to say about this game. It is a 2D Zelda, which already makes it amazing. Plus, there are no bad things this game can bring to my mind. But really, in my opinion, the 3D Zelda games simply do not compare to this masterpiece. Number 1.
Good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream. Dear, oh dear, what was it? The hunt, the blood, or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes. Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
So, if you have ever kept track of some of my comments, I have always said Bloodborne was number 1 in my eyes. I mentioned earlier that Dark Souls 2 had the best PvP, but Bloodborne on the other hand has easily the best PvE. Bloodborne may only have 26 weapons, but all of them have a special transformation that practically doubles the amount of weapons in the game. Still paling in comparison to Dark Souls 3's 300 weapons, but what makes the difference is that every weapon in Bloodborne is unique, not cloning movesets onto the same weapon type. Another thing that makes Bloodborne great is that I don't dread any part of the game, while in other games there is always that one part you just want to skip over. Bloodborne really is the opus of From Software, and frankly, I don't think we will ever get a Soulspawn game that is better than it. The game took risks, and they all paid off. To be honest, I was skeptical about the idea of the game. A Lovecraftian style Dark Souls game, how could that ever work? But I am so glad I was wrong. I don't want a sequel to this game, ever. I would buy any sequel to it, but I don't think it will capture the same idea as the original Bloodborne. That concludes my top 10. Thanks to anybody who watched it through until the end. Well, if you did make it to the end, leave the word potato in the comments. It will show you actually watched it.